All right. IG is checking to make sure we are good. Let me pause my streaming on my TV because you know how this internet's be and when IG be plotting against your girl. Welcome to an all-new edition of The Comments. We had an unscheduled week off. Hi, everybody. Just in fashion. Kaluba Bomb. I done told y'all before I'm special with some of these names. They don't connect with my eyesight and my brain, and it causes me to sound a little special. Michael Fuller TV. Hi, baby. Hi, Trey, Roberta, Exotic Hawaiian. How is everybody doing? Hi. Y'all know what's so funny? I don't know what it is about today. I honestly felt nervous coming on to see you guys today, and it gave me a la Miss Sophia moment, a moment from The Color Purple, where you show up and your friends and family are there, and then you just start busting out crying, talking about, because I don't know y'all no more. I don't know why I'm feeling like that, but I am. All right, Dex is here. Stuck on them, but that's okay. I have my friends, my commenter friends, and I have wine and Dexter. Hi, Dex.
How's it going?
It's going great. How about you, Mexican Quills, representing the merch?
You can see it.
How's it?
I am going really well. I had a pretty nice weekend. So I guess we can just get right into it. Welcome to the show, guys. So my weekend, so my niece is having twins now, right?
Okay.
And my niece is married, just having twins, and we did a gender reveal this past weekend. The gender reveal was more than what I think a gender reveal needs to be. Honestly, I thought gender reveals was like, hey guys, this is what I'm having. No, they do a whole thing. Like the gender reveals are a deal now. And I'm like,
Yes.
so this is the gender reveal. What is the baby shower going to be? Because this was a lot going on there. But nonetheless, she's having twin boys, and she wanted boys. She's really excited about it. So, but it's weird too because it was supposed to go from like whatever to whatever. I didn't get home till like at night, and they told you they put me to
10
work.
o'clock?
8 o'clock at night. I got in the house.
What time did it start?
2.
That's a normal Black occasion. Like, were the meatballs popping? Were the meatballs popping and were the drinks flowing?
I didn't drink anything. I really was working. You know me. I try to take over every situation I'm in. I got in. I started manning the food line and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not your event. But you know me. Like if I'm not in control of things, I don't feel like they moving smoothly.
No, I feel you. So if we ever do a co-event, you do all that stuff. I'm usually the person who sets up. I'm for the cleanup. The one thing I hate about events, especially when people host at their homes, when the niggas come over, everybody just eating up all your food, drinking your liquor, packing plates, and carry their black asses on out the house.
So
get in here and help clean up.
So I'm a control freak. So I do understand where you're coming from in regards to making sure that everything is clean and set back into the right place before I leave. However, when I host, I don't mind if people take their stuff and leave because you're not going to do it really the way I want it to be done anyway. So I'm okay. It doesn't really bother me. If I'm hosting or taking their plates and they leave and stuff like that, it doesn't get to me. But if I'm it'll get to me.
And we different because if I see a bunch of you come to my house, but see, it's what I say that, but usually because I'm the type I'll start cleaning while people are there. But my family is kind of good. They will jump in and to help take the trash out. It's kind of all hands on deck. So they see it. So maybe they know it maybe they do it because they see me always do it and they kind of realize it might be a pet peeve of mine.
Wait, I do have a question for you and guys in the comments as well, and YouTube as well. So have you ever been in the movie theater? Remember we used to do that all the time, go to the movie theater? Remember that? So before the pandemic, that was a thing. So if you guys are young, you probably don't understand this, but we used to go to the movies. It was an actual thing to do. It was really fun to do it too. So have you ever been in a movie theater, watching a movie, and then you said to yourself, or whoever you're with, this movie is not it, and walked out of the theater? Have you ever done that?
Uh,
What movie was it? Do you remember?
it was what the hell was? And I ended up liking it later though. Jack Black. What
School
was
of
the one where he turned into like the hot guy or something, or he could only see people in like a hot light, but he fell in love with the fat girl, but he saw her as
Shallow Hal?
skinny.
Shallow Hal?
Yes, Shallow Hal. Yes.
Um,
So that was the one we got. It was probably, and we didn't give it a chance really. It might have been 30 minutes if that. It was like, all right, time to go. What about you?
So my wife, my now wife, and I. This was years ago. We went to the movie theater and we went to go see the Speed Racer movie, and we were
Okay.
sitting there, and like this is funny too because we weren't dating at this time, and now that something stemmed from this that we still do to this day. So we watched the Speed Racer movie, like, something about this ain't right. Like this movie is a little stupid to me. And we ended up getting up and walking out and going to see Iron Man. But we have this thing that we do now because of that called First Five. So if we're watching a movie at home now, or if we go to the theater and watch something and we don't like it in the first 5 minutes, we're leaving. And like
Yeah.
my theory is you always know when something is good or bad in the first 5 minutes. And if they don't catch you and pull you in, then I'm out.
You know
But
what? I will give a more of a grace period than 5 minutes because I mean it's so funny Dex because TV shows I will give it a bit longer depending on the premise because sometimes it takes a little bit to build and then it just takes the hell off. So it took me a while to have the patience to like just give it some time and maybe it will be good. But I'm with you at the movie theater. If this ain't what I thought it was going to be, I'm done. We can go get something to eat somewhere. We ain't got to waste this time now. Go get it, eat, a drink, something. We'll hit another theater, something.
Dad 0417 said Precious was the movie for them. Ironically, my wife was the same way. Like she was watching Precious once. Like we were together, she was watching it, and like a certain part happened in the movie where Monique calls Precious to do something for her, and she was like, "What is she asking her to do?" And I told her what she was asking her to do. She said, "That's it. I'm out."
I think I know the scene and I definitely don't want to relive that again. Hey, Armady 359 checking in from Delaware. Hey, cousin, she just pulled up. Chef Larry Creations. Just want to say hi to some people coming in. Settle Holtzman. Hey, everybody. Come on in, have a seat. All right, Dex, let's talk about our weekends. How was your week? Give us a weekend recap. What was going on in the world of Dexter Stephanie?
Just the gender reveal, like that, like really set me down for quite some time. Like I usually try to relax Fridays after work. Saturdays I'll do something. Sunday I try to like start like working towards the end to catch up for the week. And yeah, like that gender reveal took a lot out of me. I was there for a very long time, and then outside of that, when I got home I was like, my feet hurt. And then because you know how like I'm really serious when I say I don't go out, I don't go outside. I'm very like I'm a homebody at this point now, right? Saturday was the most I've been outside, like the longest period of time that I've been outside since 2020. Like I was outside 8 hours, and the next day, Sunday, I woke up, my entire body was hurting. I swore I had COVID because my throat, I could not swallow. It was really bad, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really not used to being outside. Like this is different for
Your
me.
body was like, what is this thing they called fresh air and exercise? Oh, hell no.
We don't want that.
Your body said, ain't nobody order none of that.
No.
And Nona Britton said she actually broke her copy, I believe, of Precious because she hated it so much.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Really?
But not for the right reasons, though. I think it's
not.
I think it's funny. I think the movie's funny. And I know most people don't, but I think Precious is probably it's a comedy to me. It's not real. It's not a drama at all. It's a comedy. It's funny to me.
Hey, makeup girl junkie checking in from Dallas. That's home. Well, that's not your hometown, but that's your home state.
Houston is my home state. Texas is the.
Okay.
All
right, let me. Hey, Marjan, baby, how you doing? Marjan is always stepping up,
Yeah.
giving us suggestions. Like, yo, Dex, when we really blow up, we might have to hire Marjan as management or something. Because listen, when I tell you the ideas this woman be having, putting us on, making sure we're good. Once our, we say it just as joking, our following might be small, but the impression is major. I know it switches all the time.
But I may have a small following, but they are engaged.
So you and one other person talking. Okay. It is what it is. But we appreciate, huh?
You were out in the streets this weekend. You were doing a lot of stuff this weekend.
Well, summer events are back. Me and my girl Patty Jackson, we be in these streets. So that's another reason why I'm like, bring the wine on, because I need to kind of decompress from the weekend. But it was amazing. Good. So this weekend, Friday, we went to go see my guy. I originally started off with him as the uncle, somewhat put him out of the uncle box into possible zaddy box, but he might be back in the uncle box. It depends on what you want to do, Lionel. So we saw Lionel Richie in Atlantic City.
You've met him before, right? Didn't you meet him the last time you?
Yes. Yes, and that was after I met him. That's when I started looking at him differently. It wasn't like that before. I've always been a fan of Lionel Richie, have always loved him, grew up listening to it, just thinking about my grandparents, throwing on the Commodores while my Nana was in there cooking, and about the host for a big party. So, the love is real. But when I met him, I said, well, you was always Uncle Lionel, but I'll take you out that uncle box. What's up, Zaddy? Yes, once, twice, 3 times a Zaddy. Listen, I ain't saying no, but Lionel, he holds a special place. But just to let you know, Lionel, it could go either way with me. We'll get family cousin vibes, or you let me know. I'm available. Let me stop. So it was the Lionel Richie concert on Friday. Oh, and then we stopped. Well, right before the show, I haven't had a cheesesteak from White House Subs in forever.
I don't know.
So they have Dexter, you have to go. And it's best even now because I believe their primary location, it closes at 8:00. But in the casino, the Hard Rock Casino, they have extended hours. I'm not gonna lie and say it's 24 hours. If you're in the New Jersey area, want a White House sub or cheesesteak, but they are extended. It's better than the prime location. But honestly, now here in Philly, we love D'Alessandro's. But let me tell you, them and D'Alessandro's running neck and neck with the good bread, the good cut meats, even their lunch meats. Oh, amazing.
But and just not to interrupt, but speaking of D'Alessandro's, so that area, there's 3 pizza stores in that area, right?
Yes.
So the other day, my wife's friend called. It's like 12 o'clock at night, actually. She called and she goes, I had a cheesesteak from Chubby's and it tastes amazing. So naturally, the very next day, I went to Chubby's. And I don't disagree. I like it.
You know what's crazy, Dex? I've heard, been in line, with people at the D'Alessandro's line, and I've heard people say, no, Chubby's is good.
Yeah.
Everybody just goes to D'Alessandro's.
There's another restaurant called Fiesta. I've never had a cheesesteak from there, but I've gotten wings from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is good. But it's for some reason, we see people in the line for D'Alessandro, so we just feel like we're supposed to stand in that line with everybody. There's other options, and they're not bad options.
and they're not, but no, we are creatures of habit. We want to know what is secure, because let me tell you, I was in Atlanta one time now. It don't really mean too much because all of Philly is down in Atlanta. But one restaurant I went to, the manager, he came over and was asking where I was from, and I said Philly, and he goes, oh, I heard about this cheesesteak spot out there. I was like, is it Delisandro's? He goes, yes. He was like, one of my employees, she's from Philly and she talks about it. I said, well, you got a good employee because sis know where to get a good cheesesteak, okay? Her palate is official.
And you keep going, but I'm going to jump out and get back in because I can't see the comments anymore.
Okay, all right. I'll see you when you get back, sweetie kid.
Good weekend.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So continuing with the weekend. So on Saturday, we were back in Atlantic City and we were there for Dinner and Blanc. It was their very first time doing it in Atlantic City. And I'm telling you, the view alone, the ocean being the backdrop on the boardwalk, it was an amazing experience. I really enjoyed myself. So I'm looking forward to doing that again when they come back. Of course, I have a ton of photos and videos that I got to post. So I'll be doing those throughout the week. Some people, they're like, you got to put it up right away. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, depending on what it is, why? Like, I don't really like people knowing where I'm at in the exact moment. Because you just, like, I'm one of those people you just never know.
No explanation needed for me when it comes to that.
Sometimes I will, but for the most part, I don't.
I saw a lot of people out there. Kyrie Tyrell was out there, like doing a lot of stuff. Like he's everywhere. I think that's amazing. He actually has his movie. It's called Work Bay. It's on Tubi. And it's really good too. I've been watching. It's really good.
Oh, good. And he has another one coming out soon. And this trailer for this alone, Dex, I was like, Kyrie, like, when is this about to be a blockbuster? What's going on here? So we definitely got to shout Kyrie out. And when he does the premiere for the new movie, we have to go and support because our girl is in it, Patty Jackson. I want to say her role in it is like a mayor or something like that. So we definitely got to go out and support. So it was Dinner and Blanc, which was a really great occasion. And then last night, we were down at Fifth and Market at the Independence Center for Wawa Welcome America, their gospel show. Dexter and everybody listening, if you're in the Philadelphia area, the draw for the night was, what is her name? Gospel artist. She had a radio.
Yolanda
Evans. Yes. So
speaking of people who are doing big things in the city, I saw Purple Queen was out there. She was out there yesterday during the event, and I'm like, Purple has she's everywhere. She has so much access to
everywhere,
and she is such a pillar in our community. And just shout outs to Purple Queen as well.
She be out there getting it. She's one of the people we'll see at all the events, and it's always nice running into her. But yeah, it was a great event. Normally Entertain Me is on, but she's not here today. I got to meet her in person for the first time. A few other people had came up, was like, I love y'all. You and Dax are hilarious. And Patty, when y'all all coming back to the studio? But it was so funny, Dax. I know that we all know this gospel show happens every year. But after this being my first year of experiencing it, I'm never missing it again. Like, I don't even understand how I missed it all of these years in this city, because it's like the perfect timing. It's from 7 to 9. You want to get there early to secure a seat. But for the most part, it was like Sunday church without the actual preaching part, more of like the singing and the jovialness of it. Some of the preaching, but not too much. Yolanda Adams was absolutely amazing. It was so funny when she came out. I think she had the stipulation for telling the people no phones, no recording, take a picture at first and put it back. You think they listen?
It's like when you try to get married and you have like an unplugged ceremony. People are like, yeah, sure, move so I can take a picture of you.
Yeah. But because what you should be focusing on is you down that aisle, not on my phone.
Nobody cares about that. But yeah, the pictures and everything, they looked amazing from that event. And I do love that people are actively out and doing stuff again in the city. Yes. And I mean, I didn't watch the news today, but it didn't seem like a lot of violence was going down.
I'm sure it was, but I'm with you, Dex. I had to take a little break from the news because I'm just tired of all the chaos and all of that stuff. I mean, luckily, well, especially with our city, we know it's always something on and popping. But normally I will like get into the mess happening in our city. But the only thing I'm going to report on today is that we had a doctors marching for guns, so protest against gun violence. So that was good to see. And then there was a lot of protests going on due to the Roe versus Wade being repealed.
Mhm.
Uh,
But now,
yeah.
can I? So last night, and I know we're going to get into the BET Awards. Last night, BET Awards came on, and if you guys watched, like, let us know what you thought about the awards. But after the show went off, right? They played. So a couple weeks ago, I saw the trailer for BET's College Chill. College Chill this year, Celebrity Edition. It starts today, streaming live on BET Plus. It's
Real quick, hey everybody checking in, come and have a seat. Ron Divas, everything's all right, and Frank 36396. Let's go next. Sorry.
no. It's College Chill BET. It's Nene Leakes, Ray J, Stacey Dash, Big Frida, Dream Doll, some other characters, Lamar Odom, Slim Thug, somebody else. Right, so I'm watching the trailer and I'm like, so these people are going to an HBCU? Okay. And then I'm like, I'm not interested in this. So then the BET Awards, they came on, they went up, and then they just showed College Chill. Guys, I'm gonna have to get a BET Plus subscription. That show is incredible. We have to watch it. Like, they are. I only saw the one episode, and this show, it's good. Like, it is very, very good. I mean, it's everything you want in these shows. Like, people are like somebody's like Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash delivers in this show. Like, she's going to.
I'm sure she does.
Get under your skin. Like, she gets under their skin. Like, the show was very interesting, and Stacey Dash in this show is like Andrew Caldwell in that Bad Boy show. That's
okay, I'm in. And you know she swear because she's worked for Fox News. I know she probably comes in with her little smug and I'm smarter than everybody. And
initially,
girl,
doesn't talk to them. She comes in, she sits at the table, and they don't talk. And then they were like, "You want a drink?" And she's like, "I'm 5 years sober." And like she goes to bed or whatever. And you know they're trying to get to know each other so that everybody gets kind of like pissed off about it. Like, I won't give spoilers or whatever, but like, it's good. And Stacey has made comments about like transgender people in the past. Like, I think she said something she said like they should use the bathroom outside. This is when that whole bathroom situation was going on. She said they should. And Big Frida is on the show. And I don't know if Big Frida identifies as trans.
He's not trans. He's a man, but he likes to dress and present as a woman for time, mostly.
And it is a part of the community overall. So, like,
yes.
Big Frida was upset about that. Like, it's a lot of, like, chaos and, like, drama and stuff like that. But it's funny. It's good. I would highly recommend everybody get BET Plus to check out College Chill. And maybe we could talk about it here on the show, like, as a family, like, every week, whatever. It's good. I do like it.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm so glad you said that because, again, working in radio, we've been getting the buys. And I'm like, College Chill? Like, what the hell? They're bringing this show back? Until I started seeing the commercials and the spin that they did this time. And I was like, okay, I might be interested, but I haven't watched it. But the way you just sold it, I think it's going to be one of my favorites. I'm not against like all reality TV, and you know I'm always looking for something else to replace the devils.
Now, so you should probably hire me to do the voice spots for the show. I can sell it because look, people are actually going to watch it now. People are going to watch it.
Because I don't think before you sold it like this, people are like, oh, okay, whatever. But you giving it to them like that, BET, come cut the check.
Okay. Now speaking of BET, though, let's talk about the awards real quick.
Yeah,
so,
let's go.
There's one thing. There's only one thing about the award. Two things actually that I did not like. I thought the awards were amazing. I thought they did a great job. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I feel like people who didn't like it are people who don't care for the music or don't care for the artist or don't care for the culture. Like, I don't think that people for the culture and care thought it was a bad show. Personally, my only two gripes. The one gripes. Why did you guys have Juvenile performing on the pre-show? Juvenile is an icon. He's like a legend.
Yeah. And he would have fit for that era too, especially with them honoring Diddy that night. Y'all know damn well y'all could have put Juvenile on that damn main stage. I mean,
I think it would have made sense just to give Juvenile that credit, that love and support. Like Juvenile should never be on a pre-show, and for the BET Awards of all shows, like that's not okay. Then
yeah,
I also did not like during the Diddy tribute. Yeah,
you got it.
I don't know why. It feels weird.
You drinking? You ain't even drinking.
No, it's just water. I guess it's water. So the only thing that I did not like is that Mary J. Blige came out and was on the stage at the same time as Jodeci. And I just feel like with that history, we could have planned that out a little bit better. And I do think, though, that like our culture is the only culture that does stuff like that, where it's just like, you got to get over it. Because Britney Spears like would never be forced to be on the stage at the same time. Like that stuff just Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, since they had all that stuff with them, whatever. Like nobody
gets to go. We over it. You married, I'm married. Like, girl.
People may not be over it. And I think the Justin Britney stuff is like nowhere near the
Yeah, that was serious stuff.
But like what, like her being on the stage right after him, I'm like, I probably would have forgot all the words to my song. Like I would have been like, this is
what normally I would say yes, but they have made amends and they've been in the same room with each other for a few years now. Every now and again their paths cross. And actually Casey will say amazing things about Mary, and she said very nice things about him, like the past is the past and they're done. She actually gave him his flowers, like they were an amazing group. Like, I'm glad once, you know, because they have been performing for years. Let me just let y'all know, this Jodeci we seeing on all these bigger venues, these ain't the Jodeci that was a few years back. They done cleaned up and really got themselves together.
Well, last night people weren't the craziest about them. Like, people were like...
Yeah, and it makes sense if they don't know, because most people aren't following the little, like, tidbits of them, but... Trust me, if Mary took any issue with them being on that damn stage, it would not have happened. Like, it just wouldn't. And it's actually nice a lot of times to see. I remember it actually might have been the BET Awards a little while ago where they were up there. It was like their big reveal. And they were up there performing. And Mary was in the audience like, okay, giving her little Mary Jance, like bobbing her head to it. I said, okay, it's nice. And trust me, that relationship, I mean, we were kind of young. We were actually kids when they were going through it. I mean, it's so funny because watching that Bad Boy, you know, that performance, it made me think like, wow, like these people are in their 40s, 50s now. And they were the Megan Thee Stallions of their day. Like they were all children. I don't think anybody back then was over 30. So it's so funny and just back then they didn't have social media, but if social media was back then, Mary and Casey or JoJo, whichever one it is, child, they'd have been plastered all over the damn blogs every damn week.
Now, speaking of though the Megan Thee Stallions, I do have this slight issue with like certain artists shows. Like it does bother me that like the Drake the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, the Migos. Like, it does bother that those people don't show up to these kind of shows, specifically because the show is geared towards Black entertainment and, like, are an African-American artist. So, like, for them not to show up, it bothers me a little bit. The only other thing that bothered me, and, like, people, you guys can tell me if I'm overstepping here, but the tribute to Kim Porter, I felt like it was inappropriate. I didn't care for that. I actually didn't like that at all. Like I thought that was like
Was there an actual tribute to her, or are you talking about outside of what Diddy? It was just something outside of what Diddy said to her about her?
No, it's what he did. Like during his performance,
okay.
Like there was a video package of her talking, and then it was like moments of him and her together, and then they did the Every Step I Take song. Faith Evans came out. I thought it was tacky because first off, Diddy doesn't. I mean, like, we can't pretend like Diddy was, like, showing this woman love when she was alive. Like, I mean, we saw it. But we saw, like, how he was with her. When, I mean, granted, we don't know the day-to-day and whatever. We don't know that stuff. But you can kind of, Like, he was pretty
Yeah.
disrespectful when it comes to her, in my opinion. I think he was. And then you have Faith Evans come out to sing the tribute, her part of the song for the tribute, but the song was
Mhm.
Faith Evans' husband. So, like, how do you take that away from my husband and give it to your baby's mother? That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because the song, it just really was to help anybody going through any loss at that time. So, I mean, yeah, it was for Biggie, but I honestly 100% see what you're saying in that. And you and others who are watching it and have had that felt way, you are correct.
Because it's
You
just
felt that way.
not like you were like so in love with Kim Porter. Like, we're not gonna pretend like that was the case here. Like, I'm sure you cared about the woman, but like, you
And let's be clear, had she not passed away, would we be hearing about Kim
no,
like this?
no. Like, that was very stunty to me. I thought that was very stunty that he did that. I also think it was stunty that, like, you're the third performer in your tribute, and like after you came out, the third person was him, and you never left the stage. It's just like, and I love Diddy. I really do. I love Diddy, but I just thought
Yeah.
it was, to me, it feels like when you get a tribute, I was talking to my friend yesterday. He's like, I think it should have been Stevie Wonder. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I think it was too soon to give this tribute to Diddy, because like,
Okay.
you can't be a person who is still trying to be active and still trying to be out there, and we're giving you tributes. It doesn't make sense. Like, for instance, who has a tribute done to them and they're performing brand new music? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you're still trying to be put on. You're still trying to be that guy. And it's like, I think a Stevie Wonder actually would have made more sense, because Stevie's not putting out new music. Like, he's not like this
Mhm.
new track. Like, he's not doing that. Like, I don't know.
What did he put out anything new though?
Last night
What was it?
he
Y'all
performed.
talking about something?
He performed a new song last night. Like, he performed a brand new song last night under the name Love. It just to me, and I loved Diddy, but I just thought it was unnecessary. I thought it was kind of stupid.
Speaking of songs, really quick, did you see Taraji? She ended because I only caught the last end of it since we were out and about.
Mhm.
But Taraji premiered one of her new songs. That's what closed out the show.
I don't know if I heard it.
You got to hear. Actually, it kind of sounds more on trend of like what's going on with this like dance movement, especially that Beyonce and your fave Drake is ushering in. So it kind of has that house feel.
There was a music that came. There was a song that came on at the end of it as the credits rolled.
Yeah, and that was Taraji's. She presented her new song. It makes me wonder if Diddy produced that too.
I don't know, but I mean, honestly, I didn't pay attention to it. But Taraji changed. It's weird because I think when you're hosting shows, like, I like the idea of you coming out and you changing clothes and all that kind of stuff like that. But I think with her doing it yesterday and the show being so long, it was like overkill. Like
Okay.
you shouldn't have 20 looks. Like, why do we see 20 different looks on you yesterday? It's just pick a couple
I
good and like kill it. Like, I just thought that was just a bit.
took one garment, like, and just make it pop.
No,
Like I might.
so the show started at 8 o'clock p.m. and ended at 12 o'clock a.m. One garment is not enough. If I'm in a crowd, I'm gonna have to change clothes at least twice because it's a bit much going on or whatever. But all in all, though, I thought the show was great. I think Mariah Carey being there was amazing. Okay, I'll put it this way, just to wrap this portion up. My biggest
Mhm.
about these shows is that, like, the major artists don't show up, or the people who are performing, we don't know these artists because we've aged out of the demographic, and those and then, like, the awards don't make sense when they go out to different people. I think the awards were perfectly suited to the people that they went to. I think the performances were great. I have no complaints about people's performances for the most part. And then
Mhm.
the icon showed up. Like, we didn't get a Beyonce, we
Yeah.
didn't get a Drake, but we got Kanye West, we got Mariah Carey, we got Brandy, we got Lil Wayne, and not only we got Babyface, and not only did they come, but they all came and performed too. And I appreciated that, and
Yeah.
I want us to get back to that, and I want us to make more stars and all that kind of stuff like that. But, like, yesterday's show was incredible, and it was a really good display of what Black excellence is.
Come on, Dex, with a wrap up. There was something else I wanted to say about that, but if But overall, yes, it was a really good show. If I remember what I wanted to say when it came to that, I will get back to that. But
Wait,
since
somebody
we're kind of,
they said everything is all right. Said did we see the same show? They didn't. They
because
didn't.
a lot of people love it.
But I would like to know though, like people who didn't like it, the show which started at 8 o'clock p.m. and ended at 12. Like, what did you not like? Like, I just find it hard to believe that somebody sat and watched a show from 8 to 12 and they come away from it and they're like, I ain't like none of this. Like, that just.
No. But one thing I will say, and this was not my point, but this was one of the performances I actually enjoyed Lizzo. It
Lizzo,
was nice. Huh?
Lizzo was amazing. I think Lizzo, she came out,
Yeah.
didn't irritate me. She wasn't twerking. She was fully clothed. Like,
Yes.
I liked it.
I said, okay, Lizzo. Oh, and I also said, now who was plotting against Giveon? Because with his mics being messed up and it was like something happened to one of the tracks. But I'll say this where it tested who the real performers were, who the real vocalists were. Because he got off track a little bit, of course, because his hearing was off. But once he realized it was a problem, you really got to key in on his vocals. And I said, come on, professional, because as we know from the verses, everybody ain't got it vocally.
Well, can I just say also that this girl, Money Long,
Yes.
a little biased though, because I picked my favorite female artist. This is sexist, obviously, but I picked my favorite female artist based on looks. The
Okay.
girl has the look. She's beautiful. Then the song is good. I'm just like, this, she might be the next Ashanti.
I mean, don't.
She might be the next Ashanti. Yeah, Money Long. I'm stamping it right now. I'm about to start
You
stamping.
know what?
And,
I'm not.
and Lotto as well. Lotto is another one that,
Lana
like,
was amazing.
yeah.
And Money Long, I love her. She is definitely up her pen game alone. So that's where I will associate her with Ashanti because Ashanti's pen game we know is magic. Money Long's pen game, I mean, if you ask me, there might be I'm more partial to her. But I could see that train. But you think that might have been a stretch, the new Ashanti, Dexter.
I meant like me standing her, like me being like obsessed with the girl, like that.
Okay. All right. So so Ashanti is gone for you. It's all about Money Long.
Well, Ashanti wasn't at the awards last night, was she? No.
Normally a lot of times she'll come and pull up in the red carpet,
She's
but
out of the country right now.
oh, she was. Oh, okay. Dre, that dude said he's more partial to Money Long. I'm sorry, Dex. But team Ashanti from
Oh, and then
Texas.
I've seen a lot of people talk about the females and their clothing or their lack of clothing.
I only saw one, Summer Walker.
Summer Walker's pregnant too, and she had
What?
She's pregnant, and she had like nipple covers, like bare breast nipple covers, in like a skirt or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't get it.
It was a mess. It was a mess. I feel like everybody's trying to do their ally. Let's be clear. We're going to give Lil' Kim her praises. At least somebody could have done it before Kim, but the pasty and the titty out. At least her look was together. I don't know what the fuck old girl had on. That looked crazy.
How do you feel about Lil' Kim now?
I'll always have respect for Lil' Kim, the queen bee. Always.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like on the show, I still like her. Like if she's on the bill, I'm going. I'll see it.
If she's on the bill or if she's just her by herself.
If she's on the bill, I'm gonna see it. Don't make me do this to Kim.
It's weird.
I love her.
I can defend Lil' Kim all day long. I really can. I like Lil' Kim, but like, it's like, do you not see what you look like? I don't get it. And I hate talking about appearance like that. I really do, but like, come on.
But now that's just too late, because what the hell is she going to do? Like, you can't, the ass shots, you can't, like, extract it.
Kim Kardashian did it. Like, Kim Kardashian is skinny, like Kate Winslet now. So, whatever she did, Lil' Kim, do that. Like, do what she did. Because yesterday when she came out, I'm just like, this is kind of, it was kind of hard to look at, honestly.
Yeah, I wanted it to be great for her coming out, missing the mark. And I think she was just so excited and hyped, the adrenaline. But I said, you skipped the whole first skim before you came in. And then but again, professionalism, she caught that she had the numbers were off. So then she ended up getting back in sync. So I think that's what I meant. I did like by the professionalism and the adjusting for the real artist. Like they were like, all right, we just got to pivot and this is what we got to work with. And Puff, now if she were by herself, I don't know if it would have been that effortless of a transition, but with Puffy there, I think it helped her like, okay, let's bring it back up to speed where we're supposed to be at in this moment. Yeah. But for the most part, it's just sad. I loved him, but she ruined the look. Like, oh, I hate it. I hate even talking about it because we're going into self-esteem issues and things like that. But, and you know, once you mess with stuff so much, you'll never go back to what you originally looked like, no matter how many times you try to fix it.
And can I just say one more thing in regards to the beach transition away from it? The Lil Nas X stuff. I think that is like, people are like, people should have protested for him, this, that, and the third, and I 100% disagree. I think Lil Nas X is ridiculous. I think his argument against BET is ridiculous. And like, I'm trying to not curse or say anything negative, but like he could really just go away. Like I could care less about Lil Nas X now. And like
he's a troll.
Yeah, like disrespectful at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah. Like to me, it feels like when The Weeknd was upset about the Grammys, and he was the Weeknd Grammys didn't give me an award, they didn't nominate me. I'm upset about that. I can almost understand why you'd be upset about it, but you're still whining, so I don't care at the same time.
Yes.
Outside of Lotto, people don't really care about receiving big BET awards. Nobody's gonna get up on the stage and cry, and their career's not going to change because they got a BET award. We love the show, but like it's not that kind of show. Like it's not gonna change your life. So him doing this thing or whatever, like, oh, they're disrespecting me, they didn't want to give me an award because I'm gay, this, that, and the third. Like it's not that. And I don't like that. And I don't like that people are running with that narrative either. Yeah. Hopefully, this is a black show, and Lil Nas X doesn't really acknowledge the fact that he's black either. You're a pop artist. Him and Lizzo are literally the same exact people in a sense, right? But Lizzo above and beyond to talk about how she is a black woman, a black person. She puts on for black people. He doesn't do that. So like you really don't even fit this bill. You don't fit the audience, and that's just what it is.
And he's going off of, because they did have him perform last year. And overall, I liked his performance, but you can't be mad at them because you did something unauthorized on their stage. And then you're upset about the fact he went through so much hassle trying to perform, like basically trying to prove to BET that he's not a devil worshiper. So why are you presenting yourself as a devil worshiper then? And allegedly, because based off of the Call Me by Your Name lyrics and video, that's what you presented. So I don't have a problem with the fact that BET, even after that, still considered to have you perform and then allowed you. Of course, we're on television. There's fines. There's certain things. They kind of wanted to be some type of like family show. But then, like they said, BET people were upset because he kissed the guy on the stage. Well, people are also upset when Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera kissed. I mean, it's things when it comes to business, and you have to abide by that.
They were upset about Britney Spears and Madonna. Christina Aguilera was an afterthought. Nobody was worried.
Oh yes, I forgot about it.
But you're right.
Christina need to come and thank me, give me an honorable mention for even mentioning her in this moment, because nobody remembered you, girl.
I always remember when like Christina Aguilera tried to bash Britney Spears on that, about that, like around that time, and Britney was like, "You kissed her too, though." Like,
you mad because you ain't get the clout. And I think that's what Nas X, he was probably thinking he would get that same like shock value. And I mean, at this point, whenever that was, the early 2000s, it was shock value. But boy, we in 2022. It's a whole different lane. You missed that era. Create your own shock value, because that ain't it no more.
Also, you kissed a backup dancer. Like, we don't know the backup dancer. Now, if you get up there, you kiss Eminem, then you gonna get the hell. If you do something like that, then it's like, oh, okay. But like, you kissed a backup dancer. Like, who cares?
Thank you. All right, whatever. And my thing is, he did say that when he got off of the stage, one of the producers from BET went right over to him and said, that was fucked up.
But at the end of the day, that's a person's opinion too, though. Like, that doesn't, and also, like, that's not the entire network. This person obviously is representing the network, but like, if this person feels that way, they can say that. And just like they said that, you can say, no, it wasn't. And that's the end of it.
That's it. Stop trying to make this big case. And it's just where I kind of, like you said, he doesn't really talk about it being black. I really feel like Lil Nas X is trying to set it up to where it's like, oh, black people don't support me because I'm gay.
Yes.
Stop. Because
and I think he did a really good job of showcasing the LGBTQIA community. They had Santana perform. They had Santana perform on the pre-show, and Toya. So just real quick about Santana, like, for the longest time, I think his songs are very catchy. They're very catchy.
Yes, they are. It's a bop.
Sure. For TikTok. Very TikTok songs or whatever. The songs are just like the girl songs. They're less than a minute long, and it's just like, okay, whatever. We see what you're doing. But he got on that stage yesterday, and at one point he walked over to the DJ booth during the performance and got a drink of water. You're not ready for this, buddy. Like, stick to Instagram. Like, you're not ready to be a star. Like, you're just not. Like, you're in a pre-show and you walk out and you're drinking water on the stage. Like, why are you supposed to be?
Yeah, trying to hide it, because normally you're supposed to conceal it a little bit. That's what you're doing because you need a break.
With him and the backup dancers, whatever, he walked away and went over and got water and drank it in the middle of the performance while his track is playing where he's supposed to be singing.
A track.
He walked over and started to perform again after drinking the water, and it's just like it literally. You talked about this before, how like these artists are like lazy when it comes to doing their performances and stuff, and it shows by doing stuff like this.
Very. And let's give a little shout out. I know you probably won't want it, but I will credit Jack Harlow for trying to throw in a little dance moves last night. I appreciate it, because in this era of musicians who it's like they don't understand the business and really want to give you a show, they think having a show is just having a mic and walking back and forth across the stage. I welcome that. I thought I enjoyed that part.
But if you're gonna do it good though, and you ain't do it good. So, and Looking Crystal said she said Santana was hot because he was shaking that thing. Wait, and can I tell you one more thing though? BET was so like, they were on it because Santana kept like trying to twerk and stuff like that, and they were like, look, this is his butt. BET was like, put the camera up there. We're not about to get no fines. We're not doing this with you. It was good.
Not good as they should have. I know, because it goes into, well, it's okay when a girl's do it, but we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. I promise you. It's coming. But at the end of the day, when you're performing on somebody's show, if it's something that makes them uncomfortable with and they do things, maybe do like in-show edits, let them have that. It's a pleasure. It was an honor to be asked to perform. Maybe I might be a little outdated on my thoughts on that.
No,
but
I think it's an honor, and you graced the stage after the iconic Juvenile.
Yes, which is...
Juvenile and Santana were on the same stage together. Like, that is what I'm saying. Like,
at the same time?
No, not at the same time. Santana was like the main attraction on the stage. He closed out the thing. Juvenile was like the opener. Like, he opened up the red carpet. Like, it was horrible. I can't believe they did that to him.
Yeah, I don't like that. They should have had Santana open up the damn red carpet. No offense. I like Santana. You won't see it. We had him on the show a few weeks ago. He said, I don't know the girl's name, but she had gold hair first, and then she ended up in braids, and the energy of her performance was crazy. Who's that, Dex?
I forgot her name. She's like I think she's like a dance hall artist or something like that, but she sings the song. It's like, be you, baby? That girl. How does it feel? How does it feel to be you? That song.
Sure, I don't know.
Well, anyway, she did come out. She performed. She looked very Beyonce like too. Like she came out
Okay.
performing. She was killing it. She's really good. She had this long like
I wonder if it's Shanisa. I think I might be saying her name wrong, but she's like big
came
in that era.
ripped that hair off. She had like the straight bags going and just continued to kill. It was incredible. I thought she did amazing.
Somebody said Daniel's Jerry 00 said Billy Porter didn't need them shoulder pads.
Now, Billy Porter thing though was hard for me because you know he does have, is it HIV that he has?
Does he? Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has like it's either AIDS or HIV. He's one of the other. So forgive me.
Okay.
He has one of the other, and he's also diabetic. And like we're used to seeing Billy Porter look a certain type of way. To me, he didn't look the healthiest. And like
Okay.
the shoulder pads, I think they put that. I think he had that on there just to kind of give him a little bit more like body. Like he looks very thin.
Oh,
So-
wow. So it could be that, like you said, putting on because of his health, trying to hide it a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dre, that dude says he does have HIV. So yeah, so just keep him in prayer. And that's another thing. It's kind of a learning lesson because you never know what people are going through and why they make the certain choices that they make. So that could have a lot to do with it. Because one thing I'll say about Billy, usually when it comes to a red carpet or anything, that man, okay, he will give you something that you ain't never seen before, and it's usually flawless. So, but,
last night too.
huh?
He
Shut up, Dexter. Shut up.
No, he did. He did a performance last night. I'm so
Oh,
serious.
he did. Oh, I thought you said he gave us something he ain't never give us before last night, too.
Oh no. He performed. Like he walked out on the stage. I don't quite understand it though, because like there wasn't like a music I don't know. But he walked out and he was doing his thing or whatever. And then there was a bunch of people that was doing like the voguing and all that stuff like that too.
Okay.
But I
All right.
still don't understand the purpose behind it though. Like you know how Lizzo had the guys come out, but they were part of her performance. These people just
Mhm.
did it. It almost looked like it wasn't supposed to happen. It was weird.
Maybe that was their way of giving him some shine, and who knows, maybe they know something that the general public does not know, which is why they were like, have him come out.
He started it off, and then it was all these other people that were, I don't know. It was just weird. Like they didn't announce it, or maybe I missed the announcement. It just seemed like it just happened. Like it's just like, what's happening here? I don't know.
Now, I'm sorry, I just saw real quick. Ali Kepper said, he said, hey, y'all, he always catch us when I'm cooking. Now, where the plates? Ali, do we have, because he be cooking. He be posting, and he be cooking. We will take this show on the road. Don't come on here and play with us. Where's our plates?
and now, just real quick, and I feel like our crowd might not care as much about this versus battle.
Yes, like, well, no. Honestly, I'm so upset. I talked about this with you a little bit. I did, when Versus came on, I popped on for a hot second and nobody was on. It was like, because usually it starts at what, like 9, right?
I told you, I haven't watched the Versus since Ashanti and Keisha Cole's. Like, I don't know.
Oh, God. Okay. So it was like some time into the show, like 9:30, maybe 9:45. And I looked, I said, ain't nobody on yet. What the hell is going on? And I honestly went to sleep and forgot to go back. When I tell you I woke up the next day with the biggest feeling of FOMO, which I rarely have. I am so mad I missed that damn Versus live. And Maya, and I've said this before, but the messiness, I've said it, others have been my favorite, but this really might have been my favorite, just watching the clips back and purely from the messiness alone, which is why it's my favorite.
So for me, when I saw this, I was like, oh, Mario's definitely going to win this. I think he's incredible. He's one of my favorites, like Mario is.
Mm-hmm. He is.
But I always thought Omarion had a better career than him. Like Mario's cool, but Omarion is like the star out of the two of those for sure. But like I think that Mario just showed like I do this. Like this isn't something that I'm like this is something that I take very serious, and like he was very consistent with it, and like I really hope it does like a lot more for his career too. I think that like he's so much more to give. Truthfully, I think Omarion does too, but I think Omarion has to like realize that it's 2022 now. Like the you're the hot guy, like the main guy, the attraction or whatever. That's over and done with. Like you gotta come with vocals and get it
But
together.
see, that's why Mario had that confidence, like you said, because Mario from the gate, he was always vocally that dude. And it was honestly weird when I realized that era was having a versus. It was great that they put Mario, but just think around the time of that time in music. None of those people, it was more about like the looks and the groups and having a hit. Not a lot of them really was about the vocals. I mean, even thinking, I love CC, but CC, she's never been known, Sierra, she's never been known as a vocalist, and she comes out of that same era as well. So that's why I thought it was a bit strange when they were talking about, oh, they're going to have Ray J and they're going to have these people. I was like, but they could never really sing. So I was interested. And I honestly think that's why I didn't care to like tune in. But I didn't know that like egos were going to be like.
But I think you're dealing with a lot of people. I think you're dealing with a bunch of young Diddies. Like all those guys are like literally like Diddy, and they all think that they are him. And like,
Well, I'm not going to say that because at least Diddy had real, like full on talent to back it up. At least like the writing and the producing and stuff like that. A lot of these guys, Dexter, they could have put me and you up there and created the same effects.
so I look at it like a lot of the people with these massive egos. It's Ray J with the massive ego. It's Omar massive ego, and like it was those guys that were up there, and you would think that they're Chris Brown. Like you would think that it was a bunch of Chris Browns, and it was insane to me. And when I compared him to Diddy, I mean, like you don't want to give it up. Like for instance, there were certain parts in this verse. First of all, this verse has had battles before the actual main attraction. Like they literally had an undercard. Seriously, Ray J and I think Sammy or whoever he was going against. Like this started at like 8 o'clock or something like that. The Ariane and Mario didn't come out until 11:30.
Oh God! Well, what time did the other start? Because I swear it had to be like not like I said 9:30, 9:45, and nobody was on. It was just the DJ.
I think they started around like 10 something.
Okay, all right, then that makes sense.
Yeah, and then D-Ray was there, being there, and it was a really interesting time. And I think it's a bunch of people who just don't know how to let it go. Like it's just like guys, like
they think. You're correct, actually. They think that they are who they were 20 years ago, and you're not that guy anymore. And I love how even on social media, everybody started getting in their feelings, especially with Omarion. Everybody thought that he was evolved, but that he got right into the mud slinging. You could see like, and somewhat Brandy did have a point. Like you could be a singer, but if you're not like practicing on your craft and you're just going to get out there and do it, what the hell do you think is going to happen? You ain't performed in God knows how long, like a real performance. It's just stupid.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I do love about what Versus has brought on, it really has brought us back to the appreciation of real vocalists, because in that moment, you cannot fake it. It's live. You have more eyes on you at one time than you'll ever have in your entire life. So that's why I kind of bring it back to the BET Awards to see like the real professionals, whether you're vocalists or not, how you're able to pivot in those moments where in Versus, that was not a thing. And I do love this for Mario because, again, he has always been the voice. Everybody else was always the package, but he was like it looks nice and it looks pretty and this is what the girls want. But the voice, he's always had it and he's never lost it. So I'm with you, Dex. I really hope this will be like another launching pad for his like second act.
And just two quick updates before we get to the topic. And I want you to so one of the updates is you have some news on Robert Kelly.
So Robert Kelly, guys, he is will be going to court tomorrow for New York City, where he'll be brought up, for his hearing for the racketeering charges. They're possibly going to add 25 more years to his to what he already has on the books.
Now, somebody else who may be in jail is Latoya Jackson's ex-husband, I believe it was, or boyfriend, who's
Her ex-fiance,
her
who's
ex-fiance,
a music producer.
who stole Michael Jackson's ID, his
Not the
his ID, stole his ID, his iPhone, his pajamas when Michael Jackson died.
What? Did you rip the damn pajamas off his ass before the ambulance came and get him?
When I heard this story, I'm like, now, was these the pajamas that he had on when he died, or you went to the man's drawers and stole? Like, what happened here? Like, I don't understand why you would still. Because, like, what do you do? Put that on eBay? Be like, oh, these are the. I know some weirdos.
Yeah.
They buy it. But, like, I would feel crazy putting that on my thing. Like, hey, guys, these are the pajamas that Michael Jackson died in.
The hustle is you get a friend that's not that. You don't want the trail to get petty.
But who are they?
Family members that sit in the damn house after people die, after great grandma died, talking about you need me to help you clean up, and no, the fuck I don't.
I just don't understand. Like, why would you do that? And like, what
Because he was gonna be able to flip it for a coin down the line. That's why.
I'd like to know what happened to this human being. I really, really need to know. Hey, you know what's crazy? I bet this person was at the funeral too. I know they were.
Right up front, grieving, consoling Latoya. You know she like a little bunny rabbit. Come here, sweet peach. Hold you. He knew what he was doing.
Disgusting.
All right, let me get him here, get what I can, because we're going to have to cash out later. You know how much they gonna pay for Michael Jackson toothbrush? There's DNA on there.
Oh, God. Could you? The thing is, though, like, he literally died. I think he died in his house or something like that. So, like, you have access to all this stuff. Like, this is disgusting. And then, like, what if somebody said the streaks? He got the pajamas with the streaks in them. Wow.
Michael MJ's draws, little streaked out. How about highest bidder? Who won them?
Look. There's some DNA here.
Go and get yourself some little Michaels walking around, or just recreate a Mike. Just bring them on back. Come on, let's get this. Look, the Jacksons, we waiting on another victory tour. Bring it back.
Just as trifling as they want to be. Like, I really hope that man who did this, I genuinely hope that he's having a horrible day today. I really do.
You listen to my family, I'm going to beat you the fuck up. I'm sorry. Just say it. Don't get no damn idea. You will get your ass beat, okay?
And if this is like my brother that this happened to, my sister's fiance did this, I'm going to have to fight her too. Because what you bring around for?
Well, we know Latoya's choices. They ain't been the best. Remember, she was married to that one man. Tell him that your brother was touching on them boys.
She did it?
On them. Yes, on the first trial. Yes. She was married to that crazy man, and she said that he had her under control. And she got up there and, well, I don't think she was on the stand, but she definitely publicly said that Michael was touching them babies.
Well, speaking of babies, now on to our topic of the day. Okay. There's something that has been floating around social media. Let's set the stage for you guys. So it's a man, he gets out of his car. He's so happy. He's got McDonald's in his hands for his son, and he goes, and then his baby's mother is like, recording him. He's like, oh, what you recording me for? She goes, I'm about to expose you. And she was like, the guy goes, expose me for what? And she was like, you came in over here with food for your child, but not my other kids. Like, the two of us have a child together, but I have other kids, and you're not providing any food for them, just your child. This has been in my inbox all day, and I've been going back and forth with people, Toya. So, like, what say you? If you have a child if you have multiple children, and someone brings for one of the children, do they have to bring food for all the children or just their child? Your child. See, I wish, like, hey, now I'm gonna be like you like I'm with everybody. Now we have to argue because, like, you sound stupid. What is wrong with y'all? Toya, no, you can't do that. No, you cannot do that. So let's be clear. We don't know how many times this bitch has pulled this shit. You're not come to me expecting me to
I got one child by you. You're not going to expect me to feed the rest of the 6 of them. Get out there and get it yourself.
I literally, you know how we be like, we need to do a Dexico part 2? Literally everybody that was there are the people that I'm arguing with. Because all of y'all are dumb. Like, y'all are terrible people.
Okay.
No, this if I'm the man and my look at me upset. If I'm the man and my has 3 kids, he has 3 other kids, and I bring my child food, I gotta bring the other 2 kids food too.
I know you don't. I know once or twice, occasionally. Bitch, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna be sitting here feeding all of these kids. I'm gonna feed mine.
What?
Yes. That is not that man's responsibility.
Now you don't.
And if you don't want my kid eating in front of you, I'll pick his or her little ass up. He gonna stay with me tonight where he can get a real hot plate. Not in here.
No, you can't do that. And it's the same way for Christmas gifts. Like if you're buying your child something for Christmas, you gotta do everybody. You can't.
No, you don't.
Like that. You gotta.
No. And no, you don't. Now, here's the thing. It's appreciated if it does happen. But the way that woman pulled out her damn phone, like that was the expectation. Take your ass down to the welfare and have them feed them kids.
She did say, she's like, why would you only bring food for one child when you know I don't even get my food stamps until the 11th? Today is the 28th.
Why was you selling them when you know you had these kids?
She was getting crab legs. Like, what do you mean?
And muscles.
Everybody who disagrees with me, like, I hate you. Like,
I wish the hell you would. I don't know if this was something that went viral or but it might have been a personal situation too. Was talking to a friend. I don't know by the way I've heard it. Could have went viral. Mm-hmm. But it was this woman complaining about every year one of her baby's father takes their one child together on a vacation to Disneyland for Christmas or around that time. The woman got upset because the baby father doesn't take her other child. She only has 2 kids, but would only take the one child on vacation.
Oh my God!
What? In what world do you think that it is okay to express that to that man that you are unhappy with that if you're going to take my kid to Disney, you got to take his brother or sister too. You better get the hell up out of my face. Is what you going to do.
That is crazy that you would even for a second think that it's okay to separate those kids and take one on, leave the other one at home.
Okay.
There's no way people are living their life like that. It just is.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen in your household because we already know the kids and them actually. Well, good thing for Team ain't got no baby daddy trauma.
See, but let me tell you this though. This is one thing about me. And guys, don't get upset with me. But I was never into doing the whole dating somebody with kids.
With kids, okay.
Of situations like that. Like more so because I'm gonna do for the other kid. Like I want to make sure I'm active in your other child's life too. I just don't want your child's father to get jealous because I'm going to do so well as a provider. That's the reason I try to steer clear of that. But I look at it like this is a community. Yes, I'm going to help your other child out, and I would assume that your baby's father, your other baby's father, or plural, whatever you got, they're going to do the same for my child too. Like we're a community together. Like that's just what it is. Like you just can't do kids like that.
Well, so this is what I will say to that. I'm a firm believer if we are married and we live in the same household, yes, your kids are my kids and my kids are your kids to the full extent if you're in my home living here. But on some dating shit, no, or not dating or we ain't together, you're going to have to figure it out. My baby ain't going hungry. Do know that.
Why does anything got to go hungry? Why can't you feed both the kids?
Well, why you ain't close your legs to all these men? Why you ain't asking them? Why they not contacting me to get together a GoFundMe so we can front for these kids. And you can't just rely on me because I got one from you.
Feed the children.
There it go.
It says, I miss. Somebody said that you're saying that you don't have to pay for everything. Let me tell you.
Can't even find it.
Let me tell you something. If I am dealing with a woman who has a child and the child's not mine, I'm gonna offer up the funds. This is what I really don't like. I don't like broke people. That's what these people are broke. Because if the funds are available, you're not having arguments like this. Who's going to McDonald's and being like, I know this woman has 3 kids, but I'm gonna buy something for one child? You're broke. I can't stand it. Like, I really, it drives me insane. Like, that's what this boils down to. Because people who have checks cashing, they're not doing stuff like that. Toya, Marjane wants to be added in for a minute if you could do that.
Wait, what happened?
She wants to be added in to comment on this topic.
Oh, wait, can you please hold on one second? All right, Marjane, I see you. I'm going to grab you. Yeah, Dex, I just, no. Close your legs to all these different men's. That's what you're going to have to do. Hi, Marjane, baby.
I love you guys so much. Dex, it has nothing to do with being broke. Robert has had 5 kids. It's expensive. $6 a gallon for gas. Do you realize if you feed 5 other people's kids, that'd be like $100 just at McDonald's.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's expensive. You don't have other kids. Kids are very expensive. If you think about it, by the time you add clothes, by the time you take them to Disneyland is $1,200 for a pass.
You got
to
$1,200 yearly pass.
Look,
come on.
You got to save up. Like, that's what we're working for. We go to save up to take the kids to Disney.
No. This is why there is a pill for ladies that they can take. The next day pill.
Come on, Marjane, you got 72 hours. Not that I know. You got a 72-hour window, y'all. Come on, Marjane. Let them know.
I mean, for real. I have one niece. My sister has one. That niece, she's 27. Buying clothes, my mom and I buy all her clothes. Kids are expensive. Even when they're grown, you have to buy them stuff.
Yep. Marjane, this is somebody who you can tell's never dated a woman with children like that, because a trip to the ice cream man, knowing that we can go to the market.
Okay, fine. Okay, I hear what you guys are saying about that, but if that's the case, right, you're like, oh, I can't buy McDonald's for all these kids, then you, as the man, should be going into that woman's house and making her groceries so that she could cook for all those kids. Or you need to prepare the meal for all the kids so they can all eat. There's no excuses. Y'all got to step
up. Time? Who has time?
Now we have no money, no time. Like, y'all just all these excuses.
But Marjane and Dex, like we said before, had you not sold your food stamps, we would not be here today. Why are you selling them to go out here and buy designer purses?
So you think it'll be okay for this person to let their kids eat McDonald's in front of their brothers and sisters?
I'll have a little cruise. Come on, we're gonna walk around the block. Let's go for an evening walk, son.
Yeah, I blame it on the mother, not the guy. Because he's probably
Marjane, you broke up a little bit, babe.
He's probably paying child support also. Where is
he's not paying enough. Not enough. It needs to be increased.
You gonna put in the request with Joe Biden now?
Yeah, all men that are paying child support and more.
Think about it. She's probably getting the tax write-off, $350 they were getting at the beginning of the year. Where did all that money go?
Okay, to Disney. Didn't you just say Disney's so expensive? I got to save for Disney. I got to save for McDonald's. That's my new thing. If men who are paying child support, you owe it to your baby's mother to throw an extra $100 on that check. Do it right now, or you're not getting another Father's Day.
No, I think.
Well, I think 9 times out of 10, if they're on child support, they're probably not getting one. Sorry.
I really think they need to get the kids away or something. I don't know. Kids
Marjan, Dex, is she breaking up for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marjan, baby, we can't hear you.
Okay. I think she was just agreeing with what I said, though.
All right, but thank you for your point. We'll definitely have you on again, baby, okay?
All right, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
I love Marjan so stinking much.
When she broke up a little bit, I think she was just agreeing with what I said, that, like, men need to step it up and pay more. That's what she was saying. Because you know what's wild? This is my last thing on that. This is what Marjan, no problem at all. You were great.
Yeah, thank you, Marjan.
But let me just say this. Last Friday, when they overturned Roe v. Wade, I saw a lot of men being very upset about that and talking about how the government is so trash and so terrible. So why don't we step up as men and pay and take care of the kids that are here that belong to other people?
Listen, all we need y'all to do is step up as men. When that damn male birth control pill come out, take that shit. That's all I need y'all to do. Because at this point, y'all sitting up here taking away vagina rights, knowing damn well we can't create no damn babies without y'all damn sperm. Okay?
But let me just close on this. I'll tell you this right now. If I was in a situation where I was raised by someone and like I had siblings and we all had different fathers and all that situation, and y'all and their dad brought them Taco Bell and didn't bring me any, I'm going to hate my siblings for the rest of their life. So if you want to,
here's the thing.
Then you do it.
Go ahead. Now I'm not as the parent in this situation. Every now and again, I'm going to bring the kids some Taco Bell. It ain't nothing. They don't even cost that much. We in inflation. But the issue is that's the expectation based off of hood rat baby mama waiting with the camera to out him. But what you really did is show how you're a trash ass mother. That's the only thing you did, ma'am. I'm sorry.
The one thing that did upset me about that, if you're going to expose someone, you got to do it right. So at one point, she goes to the man. First of all, she starts talking about food stamps, which you're not going to know my personal business. You don't need to know what them card. But at one point, she said, give me the food so I can go in the house. So she gives her over the food. She threw it on the ground. He ain't about to eat that. You should have edited that part out before you posted it on social media, because now you look bad. Like, you should have that he walked away. Y'all think.
You sitting up here begging for food, and then you gonna say he ain't even gonna eat that. Well, you bet you the one that told me to bring the food over.
She threw it on the ground, like, and you know what the drink he gave him? It was one of the high C's from McDonald's. Those are amazing. Well, you never had that before?
Does the high C go with motherfucking crab legs? It wasn't no crab legs in that damn bag.
But the high C orange from McDonald's and crab legs together, actually, yeah. Little Patron.
That high C orange be hitting. But McDonald's, the last I knew, I haven't been there in a while, but they don't carry it. But guess what? Burger King said, oh, y'all was tripping. We bringing it back.
But ain't nobody about to eat no food from Burger King now.
I know. It's something about, now I will say, I feel like Burger King has a little better quality. But it's something, they don't hit like Dirty Mickey D's hit. It's just something about that dirty ass burger. Like, it's not even fancy. There's nothing major, but that taste is something about it. And I need a fix every now and again.
Real quick before we go, Daniels Jerry 00 said talk about Lil' Kim. We did Lil' Kim a little earlier, but if anybody missed anything we did earlier, this live will be posted on YouTube and then also on our podcast page. So like it'll be there. So if you subscribe to Minimum Balance Podcast, it's me and Latoya, this will be there as well. So it's YouTube under Chocolate Divinity, and then the podcast is Minimum Balance Podcast. Wherever you.
Sorry, guys, I have no idea what time it is or what time it was we started, but we're not going to be on too long. Can you give me what time is it? You know? Huh?
7:17.
Okay, really quickly. So we're going to end it out since we're in relationships. I wanted to bring this up a few weeks ago. You're settling into marriage. Everything is going good. You guys are about to arrive at your first year. How's it going?
Really good. Yeah, no complaints.
Really good? There's not with meals prepared. How do you guys work that out? Is there one special meal that you might be exhausted from and you would love your missus to mix it up some, or are you good on that front?
No, we take turns when it comes to food. To be honest with you, Toya, we be eating out a lot.
Okay. What happened? So yeah, it's fine.
But then when we do, like, we kind of like do our own thing sometime. Like, we'll cook together, or maybe we'll cook something that goes into the other person's stuff. But like, it's not one of those situations where it's like, hey, like, you need to cook every day. Plus, like, I work from home, so it's a little silly for me to be like, oh, make sure you come in and cook. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
okay.
So like, yeah, we don't have that issue.
So that's good. Y'all don't work. Y'all are good on that front. Well, everybody around the world isn't so fortunate to be in that lovely situation. Recently, there was a man in India who is currently filing a divorce from his wife. And the reason why he wants a divorce is because the only thing she knows how to cook is ramen noodles.
Look, now I'm with him though. Like, I used to have an ex-girlfriend, right? And she was the Alfredo queen. And it was
real.
How many times are you going to make chicken Alfredo? No, seriously. How many times are you going to make chicken Alfredo? It gets ridiculous after a while. And like, that's the one thing my friends don't talk about. They'll be like, this girl made chicken Alfredo again. And it's always funny to me because I remember going through that. But like, I think my solution though, I think that as a man, you have to know how to cook. Like, if you're going to complain about what's there, and I've learned this from my mom, to be honest with you, because like when I didn't like what she had prepared, it's like, well, you need to cook it out. So then I just go ahead and I started to learn how to cook things on my own.
Yeah, so that's usually what it starts. I don't know why the man well, we do know in India it's mostly arranged marriages. So the man probably had no clue that all she knew how to prepare were ramen noodles until maybe in 2 weeks. Well, how many ways you gonna spruce this shit up? What? Can I get something else?
Well, I mean, let me think about that. It's kind of one of those things where it's just like, talk to her about it. But like, you also got to be prepared when she says like, I'm not interested in learning anything else. Also, like, maybe that's a good thing because like some people can't cook. So like, if that's all she cooks, that's probably the best thing that she can do.
It could be, but maybe that should be something going forward down the line, even if it is an arranged marriage. Make sure old girl or old boy can cook, because we're going to be sitting up here starving. We're not going to be eating PB&Js every damn day. That can't be it. Come on now. And some exotic Hawaiian mommies for you said, Ray J better claim her, because if you saw the clips going around from him and Princess Love at the BET Awards, he was sitting there eating his cup of noodles. Because they said, I ain't never been to the BET Awards. I ain't saying I'm never gonna be there because it's coming. Come on, Dex, we speak it into existence. But for what I know, they really gonna be feeding people at these award shows.
Eat before you get here.
Listen, you saw what Tiffany Haddish. I got my fried chicken, and I'm gonna pull this out the purse. Get hungry in the middle of the show, because that's what you do. I'm hungry. I'm not gonna be sitting up here hungry. And they be sitting, and this is how they try to get you set up. Now I know why Will got beside himself and slapped Chris Rock.
He was hungry?
Because you know the man, would they be sitting there giving you all this liquor? And how you don't give me no damn food to eat? This is their fault. This is Will Smith, you've been redeemed. This ain't had nothing to do with you. We're blaming the award ceremonies. That's what we're doing.
No.
it. You better feed these people before they start slapping people up, okay? And noodles ain't gonna do it, because apparently you can get brought up on charges for preparing noodles too damn much.
Or you get divorced.
Or divorced. Either way.
I just say one last thing on this topic, because I feel like I was kind of mean to the men's in the last topic, and I got to give the women a little shade too. Women, believe it or not, their taste buds never get tired of chicken Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo. Women Alfredo until the day they die. Like, they never get tired of it.
How do you get tired of it though? You got noodles. You got, you put your little, or pasta, sorry, good Alfredo pasta, but they probably buying that store brand, not the good stuff, but
also, if you're really making the noodles and stuff like that, like because I know people who like make their own noodles. If you're doing all of that, you definitely ain't trying to do that work all the time. Y'all women are lazy. That's the problem. Y'all make chicken Alfredo all the time because y'all lazy.
No, don't be like that, because you can mix it up, throw a little shrimp in it. Like, you so broke.
Women, I'm gonna post it on Facebook tonight, guys. Also, like, if you guys want to really laugh, like, I am like a comedian on Facebook. I'm like,
it really is, y'all. Please,
on Facebook. Yes,
on Facebook. I am not there, so I'm there, but I'm not really there. So I love when you supply. Now, this is what I did meant to ask you about that, Dex, because it seems like you use Facebook how one would use Twitter.
No, but people don't laugh at me on Twitter, so I have to do it on Facebook.
Okay, so that's the strategy. I was wondering because you got to get the views. You got to get listen, the following might be small, but they are engaged.
They invested too. All
right, I think we're done on that. No.
This is a good show. And guess what? I'm about to go cook dinner.
It's simple.
I'm about to go cook dinner, and guess what I'm cooking for dinner tonight?
What?
Lamb.
Oh, okay. You're really eating. Let me find out. Well, guess what I'm having for dinner tonight?
Chicken Alfredo.
That would be on a good night. I ain't taking no damn meat out the freezer, so it's going to be potato skins tonight.
Like chips?
Huh?
Like chips?
No, potato skins with the cheese and the bacon on the top. You throw them in the oven.
From Fridays. You got the Fridays one, the little packet?
Yes! I sure. And look, spruce it up, like my mama say. You add your own cheese on the top.
Put that sour cream on there.
Look, cut you up a little couple of chives.
Guys, this episode... This episode, again, will be on YouTube and our podcast platforms tonight as well.
Yes, and the podcast is called Minimum Balance Podcast, and we're getting into it. I'm guessing Dex maybe after the summer goes, because it's a lot happening. We'll get into booking more of the interviews over the weekend. I met one of our girls. Her name is Fitz Wellness on here. I actually met her in person over the weekend in the travels. Oh, shout out to the Rasheed Wallace street naming ceremony. That's where she was. So we're going to have her come on the show when we have a few authors we want to book, and anybody, y'all got product y'all trying to push, as long as it's legal. For an interview. Let us know what you got going on, okay?
Thank you again, Marjan, for your point of view and all your help and everything like that as well.
Marjan, I'm telling you, once we really get there, we're about to have Marjan on the books, okay? Because she really about that life. She ride for us, okay?
Really, guys.
Well, somebody said, Philly Grown Up said, those things the size of nickels, Friday skins getting small. They damn sure are. They ain't slick with their asses. But that's what you got to do. You got to buy the super pack. Make it fit. Make sure that belly ain't going to fill itself. Get you the super pack, girl. And you go ahead and cook all 8 of them. That's what you going to do. With that said, we love you guys so stinking much. Thank you so much for enjoying this mess. We are so sorry also for the little unscheduled breaks. Guys, don't hate us. It will be like this for a little bit. Once we get a bit more grounding, we will get back to being definitely more regularly scheduled with like scheduled breaks as well. But on the flip side, well, actually, this Monday is 4th of July, so we won't be here. So you want to shoot for Tuesday, Dex?
I think so. That should be, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. And I'm taking Tuesday off of work. Free day for me. So a bitch will be ready. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining again. Minimum Balance Podcast can be found on all streaming outlets. You can also find us located on Dex. Put it down here. The YouTube is Chocolate Divinity. You will see these episodes here. Actually, somebody responded, Dex, on our YouTube. They were like, I like the podcast, but I love the visual version so much more. We love y'all too, but thank you. Please support the podcast. Please continue supporting us. And hopefully we're going to be on TV one day soon. It's just a matter of time. We're speaking it into existence. Thank y'all so much. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
God willing. Bye.